Just 20 minutes of your time listening to this audio. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
They'll miss the real you when it's too late. You hear me? They'll miss the effort you put in when nobody was watching. They'll miss the nights you stayed up, grinding while the world slept. They'll miss the sacrifices, the pain, the mistakes, the lessons, and the growth you went through just to stand where you stand today. And when they finally realize it, you might be gone. You might have moved on, leveled up,
Leveled up.
changed your circle, or just found peace in yourself. And that's the
Found
part
peace in
that cuts the
myself.
deepest. They'll never get to see that struggle from the inside. The blood, sweat, and tears that built you. They only see the shine, the result. And by then, the real you is already miles ahead. Most people don't understand that real recognition ain't immediate. It don't come from likes, comments, or applause. Real recognition comes when you consistently show up for yourself, when you honor your craft, when you push through the storms while everybody else talks about the rain. You gotta build in silence. You gotta grind while they sleep. And most importantly, you gotta believe in the unseen. You gotta respect the process even when nobody else does. Because the truth is, the people who recognize your value too late are the same ones who doubted you, slept on you, or underestimated your vision. That's just the way life works. And let me tell you something else. Don't let the absence of acknowledgement change your purpose. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep showing up. You gotta keep being the realest version of yourself, even if nobody notices. Stay disciplined, stay focused, stay consistent. Every brick you lay in private is another step towards freedom, towards legacy, towards being unshakable. The world might not clap for you today, but the universe always rewards authenticity. The universe always respects integrity. You'll find that when the real you is fully alive, when you stop living for validation, the right people will recognize it, but some won't, and that's okay. Don't beg for their attention. Don't water down your growth to make someone comfortable. They'll miss the real you when it's too late, and that's a reminder to keep investing in yourself. Keep building, keep learning, keep grinding. Don't let their absence of belief stop your abundance. Because when you look back, the only thing that matters is that you stayed true to yourself, that you never compromised your vision, that you honored your journey in every way possible. This is why you gotta love the process more than the applause. This is why you gotta keep grinding when nobody's watching. This is why you gotta invest in yourself relentlessly. Because the real you, the authentic, raw, unfiltered you, is priceless. And when they finally realize it, it won't matter. You'll already be living at a level they can't touch. You'll already be walking in a life you built with your own hands. A life that no one can take from you. So keep going. Keep pushing. Keep building. Be unapologetically you. And when the world finally notices, it'll be too late for them to ever catch up. You gotta understand something real deep value your grind in silence. Most people don't get it. They're always looking for the applause, the likes, the comments, the instant recognition. They want to be seen and praised the second they put in work. But that ain't how greatness is built. The truth is, the foundation of anything real, anything that lasts, is laid quietly, in the shadows, when nobody's watching. That's where your character is tested, that's where your patience is stretched, and that's where your dedication gets proven. The grind ain't about showing off. It ain't about impressing nobody. It's about respect for yourself, your vision, and your future. When you value your grind in silence, you develop a power nobody can take from you. A power rooted in discipline, persistence, and unwavering focus. Every day you put in work that nobody notices, you're building more than skills or wealth. You're building yourself. You're sculpting your mind, your character, and your soul. There's a difference between work done for recognition and work done for purpose. The first is fleeting. The second is eternal. Recognition is temporary. Praise is shallow. But the results of consistent, disciplined effort, they last a lifetime. You gotta learn to be comfortable with the unseen, to embrace the struggle without needing validation from others. That's how real success shows up. It doesn't announce itself in headlines or social media posts. It comes quietly, gradually, steadily, like a tree growing strong roots underground before it ever reaches the sunlight. Think about the nights you stayed up, pushing through doubt, fatigue, and fear. Nobody knew you were there. Nobody saw the sacrifices you made, the doors you knocked on and got closed, the failures you endured over and over. but each moment was a brick in the foundation of something powerful. Each sleepless night, each early morning, each moment you chose discipline over distraction, it compounded. That's how wealth of knowledge, wealth of experience, and wealth of freedom is built. And the crazy part is, people around you might still not see it. They might question your path, doubt your vision, or even laugh at your persistence. But that don't matter. What matters is that you honor your process, that you respect your grind, and that you keep showing up for yourself. When you value your grind in silence, you also learn to protect your energy. You stop giving power to people who don't understand your journey, and you stop relying on external validation to feel worthy. You understand that attention is cheap, but discipline is priceless. You recognize that your focus is more valuable than applause, that your consistency outweighs compliments, and that the investment you make in yourself today pays dividends long after the world catches up. Most people chase recognition too early and miss the foundation phase of their own greatness. They try to shortcut the process, expecting success to be immediate, and when it doesn't come, they give up. But you gotta stay patient. You gotta trust the process. The beauty of grinding in silence is that it creates a form of freedom that nobody can touch. When you don't rely on other people's approval, you free yourself from their judgments, their distractions, and their limitations. You focus on building, learning, and growing on your own terms. And when the results finally show up, when your vision manifests into reality, that recognition is powerful because it comes after the work, not before. That's why the silent grind is so essential. It builds resilience, confidence, and integrity. It creates a legacy that's real, unshakable, and undeniable, even if the world slept on you while you were building it. You gotta stay true to yourself no matter what. Life is full of people trying to mold you, tell you who to be, and what path to follow. They'll tell you it's too hard, too risky, or too unconventional. They'll pressure you to fit into their version of success instead of honoring your own vision. Most people don't realize that the moment you start bending for others, you're giving away your power. You're trading authenticity for approval, and that's a trade that never pays dividends. Staying true to yourself means standing firm in your beliefs, your values, and your purpose even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's lonely, and even when nobody else understands. Real growth, real influence, and real impact come from that kind of unwavering integrity. When you stay true to yourself, you stop living for the applause of others. You stop compromising your dreams to make people comfortable. It's easy to follow the crowd, to chase validation, to conform to what society tells you is possible. But the truth is, greatness rarely comes from conformity. Greatness comes from people who dared to be themselves, who walked their own path, and who refused to settle for less than what they knew they were capable of. Being authentic means you accept yourself fully, your flaws, your strengths, your ambitions, and even your fears. It's about embracing your uniqueness instead of hiding it, because your individuality is your power. People will try to diminish it, mock it, or question it, but when you honor it, you create a life that's aligned with your true self, and that alignment is unstoppable. Staying true to yourself also means making decisions that honor your long-term vision rather than short-term comfort. It's tempting to take the easy road, to follow trends, to chase temporary rewards. But when you stay authentic, you make choices based on your principles, not on what others think is smart or acceptable. You recognize that the people who criticize, doubt, or misunderstand you aren't the ones who get to define your value. Your worth isn't in their recognition, it's in your commitment to yourself. The real challenge is learning to trust your intuition, your instincts, and your vision, even when the world doesn't agree. That's what separates those who achieve lasting success from those who settle for mediocrity. Being true to yourself also strengthens your relationships. When you're authentic, the people around you either rise to your level or fall away. You stop attracting people who only want you for what you can give them, or who only value the version of you that's convenient for them. You start attracting people who appreciate the real you, who respect your journey, and who support your growth. That kind of connection is rare, but it's powerful because it's built on mutual respect, honesty, and shared values. Staying true to yourself sets the standard for how others interact with you, and it establishes boundaries that protect your energy, your focus, and your purpose. Another part of staying true to yourself is learning to embrace the struggle and the criticism that comes with authenticity. When you live by your own rules, when you pursue your own dreams, not everyone is going to understand. Some will call you stubborn, unrealistic, or selfish. Some will try to steer you off course, pressure you into compromise, or convince you to settle. But you gotta understand that this resistance is a test. It's proof that you're stepping outside the comfort zone, that you're challenging norms, and that you're creating something meaningful. The people who criticize you often do so because they can't see themselves taking the same path. And that's on them, not you. You gotta learn to let go of their opinions and keep moving forward with confidence and conviction. Staying true to yourself also cultivates inner peace. When your actions, decisions, and priorities align with who you really are, you stop battling yourself every day. You stop pretending to be someone you're not. You stop questioning your worth based on external validation. That alignment between your inner values and your outward actions creates a freedom and clarity that can't be bought or given by anyone else. You learn to trust your journey, to respect your growth, and to embrace the path you're on, knowing that authenticity will always attract the right opportunities, the right people, and the right outcomes. Ultimately, staying true to yourself is about honoring your life as your own. It's about refusing to dilute your vision, your creativity, or your ambition to make others comfortable. It's about being willing to walk alone if it means walking on your own terms. It's about understanding that your legacy, your happiness, and your fulfillment come from embracing your real self, not from conforming, not from seeking approval, and not from living in the shadow of someone else's expectations. The world will test you, people will doubt you, and the journey will challenge you. But when you remain authentic, your life becomes a testament to resilience, integrity, and undeniable truth. Invest in your legacy like your life depends on it, because in reality, it does. Every decision you make, every action you take, every habit you cultivate is building the story you'll leave behind. A legacy isn't just about wealth, fame, or recognition. It's about the impact you create, the lives you touch, and the influence you leave behind long after you're gone. Too many people focus on the immediate, the temporary, the short-term thrills, thinking that's enough. But real power, real fulfillment, comes from long-term vision. It comes from planting seeds today that may not bear fruit for years, knowing that your consistency and commitment will shape the future. That's why you gotta invest in your legacy, relentlessly, without hesitation, without distraction, and without apology. Building a legacy starts with understanding that your time is limited and your potential is infinite. Every moment you waste chasing validation, every day you spend worrying about what others think, every opportunity you let slip by is a day lost in building something timeless. You can't control how the world will receive you, but you can control the work you put in, the principles you live by, and the example you set. Investing in your legacy is about creating systems, habits, and values that outlast temporary setbacks and external judgment. It's about living intentionally, being deliberate with your time, and making choices that honor your future self, not just your present comfort. Part of investing in your legacy is being willing to endure the struggle that comes with it. Nobody builds something meaningful without facing resistance, doubt, and sacrifice. People might not understand why you're grinding, why you're disciplined, or why you refuse to settle for mediocrity. Some might even criticize or try to pull you away from your purpose. But every challenge, every obstacle, every criticism is an opportunity to reinforce your commitment to your vision. It's proof that you're stepping out of the ordinary and creating something extraordinary. The grind, the patience, and the persistence are all part of the foundation of a legacy. Without enduring the process, there's no structure strong enough to last. Investing in your legacy also means valuing knowledge and growth. You gotta feed your mind, sharpen your skills, and expand your understanding of the world. Your legacy isn't just about what you leave materially. It's about what you contribute intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. The more you learn, the more you grow, the more equipped you are to make decisions that shape your life and the lives of others. Legacy building requires foresight, the ability to see beyond the now and think about the ripple effects of your actions. Every lesson you absorb, every skill you master, every habit you develop compounds over time to create influence that transcends the present. Another crucial aspect of investing in your legacy is nurturing relationships that matter. The people you surround yourself with, the connections you cultivate, and the impact you have on those around you are all extensions of your story. Your legacy isn't solitary. It's interwoven with the lives you touch. Choose relationships wisely. Support others. and uplift those who share your vision or challenge you to grow. Generosity, mentorship, and integrity amplify your influence, ensuring that your legacy isn't just remembered, but felt. The lessons you teach, the wisdom you share, and the example you set can ripple through generations if you live with purpose and intentionality. Consistency is another key pillar of legacy building. One-off efforts, flashy moves, or short-term wins don't create something lasting. It's the small, repeated actions done day in and day out that define your impact. Showing up, staying disciplined, and honoring your commitments even when it's inconvenient is how you construct something that endures. Your legacy is written quietly in your daily choices, in the effort nobody sees, and in the values you refuse to compromise. It's a reflection of who you are when nobody is watching, and that authenticity is what ensures its permanence. Investing in your legacy also demands that you think beyond yourself. Legacy is about contributing to something larger than your own immediate desires. It's about creating opportunities, paving the way for others, and leaving a mark on the world that inspires, empowers, and transforms. The actions you take today ripple outward, shaping the environment, culture, and people around you. It's about understanding that your impact can transcend your lifetime if you're willing to build with purpose, discipline, and intention. The sacrifices you make now, the discipline you cultivate, and the vision you hold are all investments that compound into something eternal, something that will outlive your presence and continue to influence long after you're gone. Ultimately, investing in your legacy is about responsibility and awareness. It's about realizing that your life is more than a series of moments. It's a canvas, a story, a blueprint for influence. Every choice matters, every action counts, and every effort compounds. Your legacy is not just what you achieve, but who you become, who you touch, and how you inspire. It's the culmination of your discipline, authenticity, and vision. The people who truly understand its value are rare, but that shouldn't stop you from building, from grinding, and from leaving a mark so real and powerful that they'll miss it when it's too late.
Thank you for listening. Appreciate it. Thank you for taking your time. 20 minutes of your time. It's like almost 20 minutes.
Stop being nice.
Thank you for joining me in this little discipline.